We can talk to Mr Farage now, who joins us from Bournemouth. Good morning. Diane James, the bookies say...
Good morning.
Good morning. Diane James says, is the bookies' favourite. Who's your favourite to win?
Oh, I'm not going to damn anybody with my support. You know, it's... you know, following on from me won't be easy, because I've been a bit dominant, and some people like that and some don't. So whoever wins, wins. And look, I'm stepping down as leader. I'm stepping back from the front line. I'm still a member of the party. I still support everything UKIP stands for, and I will support whoever wins.
What's your legacy going to be?
My legacy will be, very simply, that I helped take a party that was considered to be on the fringe, a little bit crazy, a bit kooky, and took it to being a mainstream party that won the European elections in 2014, the first time for over 100 years that a party won a national election that wasn't Labour or Tory, and without us there would not have been a referendum. It's been an amazing journey, it really has.
Yet you've stepped away from it. We've been hearing from one of your former aides, Alex Phillips, who was UKIP's head of media, been talking today and said that you stepped down as leader partly because the divisions in the party had become so profound that the party itself had ground to a halt. Do you agree? Is that true?
UKIP needs to reform. It's currently run and managed by a national executive committee made up of people who've got very little experience of politics. But then that's a function of where we came from. We were a grassroots party. That's why it was run that way. It does need to professionalise and to change. But, you know, a new broom sweeps clean. That is a job for the new leader to do.
So what's the point of UKIP now, then? You've done what you set out to do. You helped persuade the electorate to come out of the EU. That process is going to begin shortly. What's the point of UKIP?
The point of UKIP now is making Brexit happen. I have been really worried by what some cabinet ministers have said over the course of the last couple of weeks, saying perhaps we'll stay part of the single market, maybe we're going to have to accept the free movement of people. Look, 17.4 million people voted for us to run our own country, control our own borders and make our own laws, and my fear is that a Conservative government with a weak Labour opposition, unless someone pushes them, won't deliver the goods. And the only party in Britain that can do that is UKIP.
Are you going to remain as an MEP, member of the European Parliament?
Oh, yes, no, absolutely. Look, you know, I'm not retiring. I'm not moving to a sort of Flint cottage in Stodonia, never to be seen again. I'm going to go on, leading a group in the European Parliament, seeing this Brexit process through. I will be actively engaged in politics. What I won't be doing is leading UKIP into successive elections. You know, I think I've done my bit.
Do you think you've done your bit well? I ask because Jean-Claude Juncker, President of the European Parliament, made comments earlier this week. He was talking about a Polish man who was attacked. He was murdered in Essex, and it's been put down to a lot of the hate that has been generated post-EU, the Brexit vote. Do you feel partly responsible for that?
No, I don't. And I mean, look, what Mr Juncker should be apologising for are 14 terrorist attacks that took place across Europe last year, many of them committed by people who'd been let in through his open door policy. Look, the fact is, if we see crime or murder, we shouldn't say one murder's worse than another. All crime is bad. I firmly believe that by getting back control of our borders, we will have happier cohesion within our communities in this country. And believe me, the whole point of Brexit wasn't to dislike anybody or to hate anybody. It was about wanting to run our own country, to be a normal nation once again. We won that historic referendum, and now what needs to happen is all of that has got to be converted. My worry is Mrs May appears to be backsliding and taking far too long in getting the whole thing started.
Nigel Farage, thank you very much for joining us on BBC Breakfast.
Thank you.
Big Man Tyrone here. Make sure to subscribe to the wicked awesome Robin Hood UKIP YouTube website. He exposes the leftist crops on the British brainwashing corporation. Nice.